bourgeons, my darling dahlias, my precious petals, and my blooming blossoms. My name is Kiki, and I am welcoming you to a Bloom Burst episode for Fl'AwesomeBlossom. Just a little punchy thing to make you think, all right? Why am I here? What am I doing? Why am I here? Body in hand, Bible on the table. Well, I'm here because it's time. It's time we knew our bodies at least as well as we know our phones. Time to understand our inner operating systems with the same devotion that we give to apps, updates, and the algorithms. It is time that we stop outsourcing our wonder and our own awesomeness. Because our bodies were never meant to be conquered. They are meant to be understood. We were never meant to be fragmented human beings living sliced up lives. We are whole by design, and we are holy by design and by choice. And if you feel that truth stirring in your body, if your body just said yes before your mind caught up, then you're in the right place. Subscribe, join the garden, add your bloom to our remembering. This is Fl'AwesomeBlossom. Body in hand, Bible on the table. Let's begin. So yeah, I am reading 4 Bibles all at the same time. And I'm not doing it to argue or to dominate theology, but to listen, to notice patterns, to sit with the poetry, the tension, and the humanity of it all. Scripture is a garden, not a vending machine. You don't rush it, you walk it. So I'm sharing my musings out loud because faith was never meant to be locked behind pulpits or professional titles. I am a former massage therapist, which means I spent years listening and learning the language of the human body. Muscles whisper. Fascia remembers. Oh boy, howdy, does it remember, and it often holds a grudge. Nerves negotiate peace treaties, and the body tells the truth long before your mouth catches up. Even now, though I have stepped out of that profession, the knowledge never leaves you. Once you have deeply listened to human bodies, you cannot unhear what they are saying. When you really study the human form, something becomes unmistakable. I would even say glaringly obvious. Design. Not sterile perfection, but elegant intelligence. Adaptive, responsive, alive, but very clearly clever architecture. From our bones to our breath, from our brains to even our buttholes. You want to call the source God? You want to call him the ground gardener, the creator? I am not here to argue the name. I am here to point at the fingerprints, the traces, the clues that there is an awesome architect working behind the scenes. If you are good at recognizing patterns, then you are going to start to see the signs of design. And you're going to see them everywhere, especially in nature. And I'm not just talking about the Fibonacci sequence, though you see that everywhere. I'm talking about what's reflected in our very food. You want to slice a carrot open and look at the center? You're going to see a reflection of your own iris peeping back at you. Carrots also just happen to support vision. Walnuts, they resemble tiny brains and nourish cognitive health. Kidney beans, do you know why we call them that? Because they look like kidneys. Guess what they do? Support kidney function. Tomatoes, with all of their chambers and their rich red color, they support our heart health. Coincidence? Maybe, but maybe not. Maybe creation teaches us in metaphors, which could explain why scriptures was written in parables. And this isn't a new way of seeing. In the 1800s, doctors made house calls, like real house calls. They didn't just see symptoms, they saw the whole family. They knew dynamics, the griefs, the stresses, the rhythms of daily life. A visit could take all day and sometimes several days. Part of it was distance, yeah, because of the travel and all of that. But part of it was wisdom. They understood that illness wasn't always viral or bacterial, that there was such a thing as soul sickness. And sometimes the prescription wasn't just medicine, but a change of environment. Fresh air, the countryside or the seaside, rest, reconnection. A course of leeches to get away from the leeches of society. In many cultures, the most effective healers were the ones that held the holy trinity of rules: physician, pharmacist, priest. Body, mind, and spirit tended together, not sliced apart. And here is something that I think we have forgotten. Rigid separation has cost us something. We live in a world that insists faith belongs in one box and medicine in another, and the body is somewhere inconveniently located in between the two. Professionals aren't even allowed to hint at a connection without risking credibility. So I stepped out of that narrow hallway because we are not meant to be fragmented human beings. We are meant to be whole ones. And we must learn ourselves intimately, in body, in mind, and in spirit. This includes the messy seasons, the humbling seasons, the transition ones that no one properly prepares you for. I mean, I'm in it right now with menopause. And even now, my body isn't betraying me. It is communicating. It is asking for new ways of listening, new ways of nourishing, and a new way of being. This stage of life is often called the crone stage, not as an insult, but as a role. The elder, the witness, the one who remembers and then hands down the wisdom. That's where I stand now. Fl'AwesomeBlossom exists to be part of that remembering, to be part of that education, part of a community relearning how to live as fully integrated humans. I'm not the only one building this bridge between creator and creation. I am simply adding my voice, my experience, my bloom to the garden, my boom to the choir. When we remember that our bodies are not problems to solve, but are parables, nay, poems, poems to read, prayers to listen to, gardens to tend. When we remember that, something shifts. Energy flows. Healing stops being a transaction and becomes a relationship. So if this resonates, if this kind of conversation belongs in your feed, then hit subscribe and stay rooted with us. This is Fl'AwesomeBlossom. This is remembering, and where healing begins.